Alright, hello.
I believe we are live.
Sweet.
So yeah, take it away.
Hello everybody, this is Wizards and Warriors 3. I am Ppotdot1, and joining me on commentary for this run will be Dark Terex. Say hi, Terex.
Hi.
Yeah. This'll be a fun run. It's a little bit of a silly game. The full title of this game is Wizards and Warriors 3, Kuros, Visions of Power. And there's 2 trademarks in there too. So good title.
That's great.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get started here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Yeah, you want to say it?
What was that?
Well, the first thing we're doing is we're gonna collect some money because we need to buy some keys in order to get into some doors.
Yes.
This is Amos. We're gonna buy 2 keys from Amos. Most NPC characters, friendly NPC characters, have a name in this game. The wizards don't, but everyone else do.
They introduce every one of them in the intro except for the wizards. It's a very long intro.
It's a very long intro. It's great.
Right away, we're gonna get the bronze statue for the Thieves Guild. So we have to get these statues for each guild in order to get their abilities, I guess you could say, or their clothing.
Yeah, you get to wear the clothing of each guild that you complete.
Yeah. So we're in Thief 1. The thieves are auto-scrollers that go to the side, with a boss fight at the end. Basically, you fight the statue that you are giving back to them, that they somehow lost.
So, just gotta wait for this to scroll by, make the jump, and we're gonna count to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then hopefully we don't wiggle improperly and we just keep him stun locked. Alright, excellent.
So attacking this game is very bizarre. Rather than actually attacking, pushing the B button, you instead hold the B button down and then waggle the D-pad in whichever direction, and that's where the hitbox is at that point.
Waggle your swords.
And Nintendo had waggling down before the Wii.
Alright, so we did get some more money from beating the bronze statue, so we're going to buy a couple more keys, and that's all the things we're gonna need to buy for the rest of this game.
One thing to note with the Thieves, they are much faster than the other 2
where am I going?
styles. So the majority of the game will be spent in Thief mode.
Yeah, Thieves have the highest horizontal speed of all the classes. 7, 8, 9. Wait for the jump, I guess. 3, 4. Yeah, all these weapons have pretty small hitboxes in general, and usually the down poke is the longest
extended
range.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're coming up to the first major trick of the game, the Beehive D Spawn. Just gotta make a precise jump, and this beehive that's supposed to spawn here is gone.
Yeah, if you keep the camera down at a certain height and then walk over to a certain... as far over to the right as you need to be for it, it just doesn't have room to spawn up there, so you can get past it. Normally in the game you'd have to go down underground and get Wizard 1 to kill the beehive with, but that's not the case.
Yeah. And we also did our second despawn trick there as well. There's a guardian that's supposed to be blocking this section off, but we spawned the maximum number of enemies that can be on screen at a time by going slightly to the left and spawning a dog.
And to be honest, who wouldn't spawn more dogs?
Yeah, we need to spawn more dogs. Unfortunately, we can only spawn the dog once.
That is unfortunate.
Because, yeah, Yeah, he only spawns when there's no enemies that have died or have been pushed off of buildings, and we're gonna push a couple enemies off of buildings on our way over to the gold statue.
I think you can avoid those, but like the time it takes to avoid not pushing anybody off is not faster to doing the damage boost version that you'll see later. Get past the Guardian.
Ah, 1 hit left. Poke! Poke him! Poke
You do
him,
have to be
Victor.
very careful with these fights. If you... bronze and silver aren't as bad. Once we get to the gold one, it'll become more of a factor, but if you die on these, then you have to do the auto-scroller over again, so...
The whole auto-scroller.
It's a pretty devastating time loss.
Alright, so now we move a little bit faster horizontally. There's one dog that we push off a building. And we have a crowbar, which lets us break into buildings through their windows. Whoops.
Can't believe you pushed a dog off the building.
I know, right? So we got one more of these mini-bosses to defeat. We want to fight this mini-boss from the left-hand side because the crowbar has a larger hitbox from this side, and we actually don't want to crouch attack. Because it actually is a smaller hitbox when crouching attacking in that way. Get this gold statue.
Don't forget Julia.
I will not forget Julia. Push that guy off a building.
So, coming up next, he's going to break into a building to find Julia, one of the 3 damsels of this game. It is very easy to forget them.
Yeah.
At least this one is.
Yeah. I've forgotten this damsel several times in runs.
But you have to get these gems from them. You also have to be careful, you know, if you play this casually, not to do stuff out of order, which is really easy to do. And if you do stuff out of order, then your inventory will be full and you'll soft lock the game.
Alright, second try. Boost past the Guardian is fine.
Yeah, doing that boost is very difficult, honestly.
Yeah, it's a really weird input where you have to like jump into him while holding right and then press left for a little bit after you take damage, and then swap back to holding right so that you still make it onto the platform. But not too far right, because then you'll bump into him again and fall off like I did the first time.
Yeah, it's really, really bizarre and hard to do consistently. So we're glad that we have the despawn method for the first one, at least.
Yeah. Scooch, 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 scooch. Scooch off screen. Doesn't do anything, it just looks funny.
Hope you guys have been enjoying the waggling.
Gotta waggle.
Gotta waggle.
Waggle your swords and glow sticks. Lean back, thank you.
Yeah, so with these thief fights, at least, they like to dodge. So if you have the right position, in theory, you can sit there and infinite them.
All right, we're gonna
doing that is really hard.
We're gonna wait because if we take one more hit, then we lose. There we go. Didn't want to have to redo the whole auto scroller.
Yeah, definitely better to take the loss of just waiting it out. That'll be much better than having to do the auto scroller again.
Yep. Alright, so we've completed Thief 3, and now we have the skeleton key, which lets us get into any door without any more keys, which is why we didn't need to buy any more keys. Fortunately, the key also works as a crowbar, so you can still break into buildings with it.
Yeah.
Take the secret shortcuts into the castle from underneath the castle somehow.
Uh-huh.
Get into the door, please. Thank you.
So there are 3 different types of guilds. You have the Thieves, the Knights, and the Wizards. We're going to go do Knight 1 now. And that's the only Knight guild that we'll end up going to. And we only need it for one thing.
Yeah. There's only one thing that the Knight is useful for. But he's required.
Yep. The fight for the Knight is much easier than the Thief one.
Yep, you just poke him. Crouch underneath his sword attack and you poke him. Alright, and so we turn into a Blue Knight, and it looks like we're supposed to get an axe here, but Blue Knight actually doesn't have an axe, it's just a slightly longer sword.
You get the axe from number 2.
Yeah. Alright, and because we have to collect, or we have to save all 3 damsels, there's one in each area, each major area of the game, the town, the castle, and underground. So now we're just going to go up and get the damsel from the castle.
Yeah, we're gonna get Joanne. Something that's interesting to note about enemies in this game, depending on what clothing you're wearing, they will treat you differently. So if he's a thief, here in the castle, everyone will attack you because you're not, nobility.
Yep.
But if you
okay.
now at this point go back down as a knight or as a wizard, like into the Thieves town, everybody will attack you there if you're not a thief. So it's just kind of interesting how everyone treats you in regards to what you're wearing.
Alright, promise to marry Joanne to get her money.
We left Julia already. Or we're gonna marry both. One of the two.
We're gonna marry all 3, right?
All 3, yes. Yeah, we're marrying all 3. All 4.
All,
marry all 4.
All 4, the hidden 4th princess? The dragon?
The dragon. But now that we got Joanne, we just have to fall all the way back down to the beginning in order to go underground. And that's the last of what you'll see in here, actually, up above ground.
Yep. Everything else is, well, there's sort of like a remix of stage stuff.
Yeah.
But we won't be going back to the castle or the town. Everything else that we do will be here in the underground section. All right, and then the Wizards Guilds, the unnamed wizards.
Yep. All of their trials are pretty much the exact same. It's an semi-auto scroller, I guess you could say. That goes up instead. We're not gonna see number 2. We only have 1 and 3 that we need to go to. 1 gets us a fireball magic, which would normally be used to get rid of that beehive at the beginning, but we need it for both killing the dragon and for setting up a glitch later, which we'll get to. Ooh, yeah. I'm a little bit behind on the stream, but that's okay.
We're fine. Alright, poke the wizard from out of his poke range. Didn't spawn any tadpoles, so that's good.
Bronze Wizard isn't too bad. Wizard 1, the platforming, you have, kind of wide platforms, it's alright. Wizard 2 is the exact same as that, except that has a random enemy that falls down in the middle of it that does nothing to you.
Yeah, there's 1 enemy in Wizard 2. The same enemy is in Wizard 3. Oh, by the way, that's the 1 enemy that we have to have the knight for, or we can't get by.
Congrats, you got to see Night 1.
Alright, and time for the Worms mini-boss. Double Worms. Worms have a lot of health, but which way am I facing? This way. They're pretty simple to deal damage to for the most part. He hit me. Interesting. The second worm will always spawn out of the same hole that it spawned in, at least for like its first 5 or 6 spawns, so you always know where it's coming out of for a little bit. And we're going to turn off the music by swapping. Don't worry about it, it comes back on immediately in the next screen.
Mm-hmm. Good worm fights, especially have that much health after.
Yeah. And now we're going to go through some secret tunnels.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Through the mountain.
Through the mountain. Alright, so we enter this door with the Thief 3 because we have to. It's a skeleton key lock door. And the wizard inside tells us, you're not a wizard. You can't learn my secret. So he kicks you out. You turn into a wizard outside. And he's like, oh, now I can teach you my secret. And immediately you turn back into a knight to go do his quest. And by quest, I mean climb his same section again.
Kuros is the original quick change artist.
Doesn't trust you when you're a thief, obviously. Oh, I just barely made that jump.
So Wizard 3 is use 1 tile gaps instead, and the second to last jump that you need to make, you have to have some momentum to do. So it's not exactly the easiest thing to get used to. Oh, there's the fire tadpole. Yeah.
Yeah, the SMB2 enemy just randomly shows up and drops down. Alright, that was a pretty good fight for Wizard 3.
And he didn't fall. Like,
no.
It is extremely easy to fall on this.
Yeah, the one tile
slippery.
One tile platforms are very slippery. You can easily clip off of them. Alright, Wizard 3 moves very slowly horizontally, but has like a very tall jump and can levitate. And levitating is how we're going to get to the end game, and it's also how we're going to defeat the last boss.
Yep.
And you may be asking yourself, how do you beat a boss by levitating? Well,
because it's scary.
You'll find out.
It's unnatural.
It's unnatural. He just gets scared of you. Alright, so here's our first instance of levitation. Gotta climb up here.
We get to see Lindsay.
To get Lindsay.
We get to promise a third person to marry him.
We're very promiscuous.
Don't worry, there'll be a fourth.
So now we have 3 jewels. And we're gonna go get our 4th jewel from a dragon who's happening to be guarding it. We have to have all 4 jewels in order to get through like the final door lock. Or you just can't go to the final area of the game. Alright, dragon. Be nice. Don't knock me off.
This dragon is not kind.
This dragon can be kind of mean.
Again, you're on a 1 tile wide platform and you have to hope that you don't take a hit, because if you do, you're just like immediately knocked off and have to start the fight over. You can also see like how they programmed the dragon to move around with how the fireballs move around.
Yeah. That was a really good pass. That was a 3-pass dragon.
That's really, really good.
Alright, do the most important trick of the game. Fire fireballs straight up after collecting the jewel. Legitimately the most important trick of the game.
And we just promised to marry a dragon right there. That's what that was.
Obviously.
Obviously. That's why we have a 4th gem. So yeah, it is actually very important to fire those fireballs. That's what sets up the glitch.
Oh no!
At the end of the game.
Okay. Alright, so the last section here is a mostly vertical climbing section. So we're gonna be on Wizard 3 basically the whole time. Utilizing some levitations when necessary.
Yeah.
So they put money in this last section for pretty much no reason, because you can't leave this area once you've started it, and so you can't buy any like health or keys or anything.
Points value, man.
Yeah, I guess it's just for the points. It's the only reason.
It's the most important reason.
Whoops. Okay. We're not going to take over any high scores though this run, unfortunately. Not a jump there. And you do move a little bit faster walking than jumping, so you want to try to maximize your jump or your walk time when you can.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of funny to say, given how slow they walk.
Yeah. Alright, final climbing segment. What? Okay. It's a weird attack animation I got.
I saw it, that's interesting. So, at the end here, yeah, we must swap back to Thief, because again, Thief moves faster horizontally, and we just entered a cutscene, and it actually makes a difference in the cutscenes that we just go into. So if you do anything but Thief, you are losing like several seconds of time.
Alright, second most important trick, say no. Swap to... and levitate, and he explodes, and that's time.
GG.
We blew up the Burger King.
We defeated the Burger King.
Alright, and for those of you with photosensitivity, you might want to look away, because it's going to get kind of bright and flashy for a bit. But yeah, that was Wizards and Warriors 3.
Yep.
That was a pretty solid run overall. Like,
that was really solid. You got a low 20 out of that.
Yeah. I was actually slightly ahead of my PB after the dragon.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was the attack animation.
It was obviously the attack animation that solved it for me.
No, that messed it up for you.
Oh yeah, messed up. But yeah, thanks for watching. Shoutouts to Dacius for like telling me about half of the actual tricks in the game, and then like explaining how the Malkill quick kill where you levitate at him and he just blows up, how that works, because that was hard to figure out on my own just watching speedruns.
Yeah. You gotta have certain positioning for it and everything. It's tricky.
Yeah, make sure you stick around and watch Dark Terex, my co-commentator here. He's gonna be playing Mushroom Men, the Spore Wars, here in just a minute. So yeah, I think that'll do it for me. If you have anything that you want to say.
Just stay tuned, I guess. Stay tuned for Wizards and Warriors 4. That will never come out.